Hey everybody. I am going to show you a strategy that I like to call hashtagging. And it's just a way to help students annotate as they read. So when we think of hashtags, we should probably think of social media, maybe Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. So when we think of hashtags, what a hashtag essentially does is it summarizes a whole picture, but it also includes the author's personal connection to that picture. So for instance, if I had this picture on my Instagram of my chicken fried steak dinner or country fried steak dinner, that's what people in the Midwest call it anyway, I might hashtag it something like hashtag get in my belly or hashtag supper time, maybe even hashtag smothered in gravy or hashtag mama's home cooking. But again, mama's home cooking. I summarize what this picture is, but it's my personal connection to this picture. Get in my belly, right? It summarizes it. Whoa, like looks delicious. I want to eat it. That's my personal connection, but it's also a summary of the picture. Here's another example. Maybe if I saw this picture, I may hashtag it, hold on, baby, because the mom has her hand over this frightened kid's chest as they're on this roller coaster. May hashtag it roller coaster gone wrong, because to me, like my summary of it is both of the mom and the daughter look pretty stinking scared, and I'm thinking maybe the daughter's probably thinking like this was a mistake. Never ever again was another hashtag. Again, I'm thinking that maybe this is what the daughter's thinking based on her face. And the last one, it'll be fun, they said. Basically saying that everybody's a liar. No, this is not going to be fun. And then my last example of hashtags. Right here I am. So maybe hashtag yeehaw, my personal connection with the boots and the hat. Hashtag what in the redneck? Well, I am from Texas and a little bit of redneckish, right? Perhaps hashtag America. Just because, on this sleeveless shirt here, there's an American flag, cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and hashtag dang, he's handsome and single. All right, so again, another fun kind of personal connection, haha moment. But again, that's my summary and connection of the picture. So how can we translate this into a reading strategy? I'm going to show you. Hey everybody, so I'm going to model for you the hashtagging strategy. So the article I chose is Big Question, is gaming good or good? So a few things that I would purposely point out to the students: the title, the photograph, perhaps the caption. In addition to being fun, video games can build real world skills. How the caption describes that photograph. To me, the photograph looks like maybe a mother and a daughter playing video games. So I'm going to show you how I would hashtag. Gamer, have you ever noticed that you're the first person to spot animals at the zoo? Or if someone drops candy on the ground, you know exactly what every piece means. That may be because you play video games. So on here I may put hashtag gamers are more aware. Okay, to me, I just kind of summarized that in a few sentences. Maybe another student would put something different. Who knows? Research has shown people who play video games such as Fortnite or Rocket League have higher visual acuity. This means they can keep track of multiple moving objects at once. They might even see things in the fog or the rain that others cannot. It's one of the many benefits researchers like me have discovered about playing video games. So I'm going to put on here hashtag gamers hashtag gaming has benefits. Okay, and what I also think is important is whenever you model for your students, I want you to notice how I started to put something and I crossed it out and then I rewrote it. Okay, you don't always want to model perfection. You want to model mistakes so students know whenever they try these strategies out, it's okay for them to make mistakes as well. You might know people who think video games are a waste of time or a negative force in your life. It might be worth showing them what the latest science has to say. When you keep an eye on your enemy, grab the best loot and change your inventory without even looking at the controller. You are essentially flexing your brain. Your brain loves challenges like this. It can actually grow from playing video games. It's one reason why video game players make better surgeons. Some doctors even use video games to warm up before a big surgery. I'm going to put hashtag big brain. Video games can develop other skills too. For example, they can teach you to never give up, no matter how many times it takes to beat the final boss or reach the next level. The persistence you use in video games shows that hard work will help you achieve your goals, both inside and outside video games. So I'm going to put hashtag never ever give up. To succeed in video games, you can't just work harder. You have to work smarter too. Beating the final boss or another really good player is not simple. You can't just use the same strategy over and over again. Instead, video games train you to solve problems by considering and trying different solutions. Hashtag problem solvers. Think about your favorite game. They give you lots of different problems with multiple solutions. This makes you realize solving problems can be really fun. Playing video games can teach you critical thinking skills. Combined with hard work, they will bring you lots of success. Hashtag critical thinking. One of the very best things about video games is the friends. Not just the new friends you make, but hanging out with your old friends, especially during times when you may not be able to see them at school or at their house. Video games provide friends a digital playground where helping and sharing is encouraged and often required. Helping each other build the biggest and best force, or reviving your teammate when they're down, strengthens friendships, and can even help mend broken. Hashtag stronger bond. Hashtag new and old friends. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Now, again, I did a one hashtag per paragraph, okay? And if you were to teach this strategy, you could teach students that you could do 3 hashtags in a paragraph. You could do 1 hashtag for a paragraph, or whatever makes most sense to them. But what this hashtagging does, it does a few things. It helps the students make those personal connections to the text. Okay? It also helps them comprehend what's going on because they literally have to stop and think about the text. And it also helps them read themselves awake. Because how many times do we give students maybe longer articles they have to read and they get tired? Well, they're literally reading themselves awake. So now let's say that there are some comprehension questions or some other things that students have to do with this assignment, with this article. And maybe one of the comprehension questions is about explain some of the benefits that gaming has. Well, instead of having to go back here and reread, they can go back and look at their hashtags. Makes you more aware. It makes you never give up. It increases your brain. It helps build stronger friends with friends. So instead of having to go back and try to find it, you can look at our hashtags and maybe just reread that paragraph instead of having to reread the whole entire thing. So this is just one during reading strategy that can help students better comprehend something, especially if the text is harder or maybe above their grade level or above their reading level. Sitting down and really annotating this way is just one way to do it. Now, again, people annotate in different ways. I know some people that will draw pictures. I know some people that will write more in the margin. But I just kind of like the idea of hashtagging because they're just writing a few words to summarize and make connections of bigger things. So that is the hashtag. Hey.
Alrighty, so that was the hashtagging strategy. And again, the benefits are students can make personal connections because the hashtags can be whatever they want. There is no expectation. They can be as silly or as serious as they want. Really, the only expectation is that they're making a connection to help them better understand the text. They can have fun with their hashtags. This particular article, I didn't put any silly hashtags like I did in some of the pictures, but they totally could. They're forced to stop and think about what they just read, because if you say, hey, today we're going to read and I want you to hashtag and I expect to see hashtags, they're forced to stop and comprehend what they just read and think about it before they do a hashtag. And the last one again was that they read themselves awake because they're physically doing something as they're reading. They won't be allowed to fall asleep or get tired or shut their eyes because they have to physically do something. So that's the hashtagging strategy.